Hey guys, Chef Wukan here today. Today's Friday, end of a long week. It's been freaking hot, and what a perfect opportunity to tell you that today I'm going to make something a little unconventional. I'm going to stray from my Asian dishes. I'm going to do one of my favorite dishes in a most unconventional way possible, which will make it easy, simple, and quick. All right? It's chicken masala. I love that dish. It's an Italian dish to me. All right? And the only things we're going to do is take some of the Asian ingredients and put it into the chicken masala. It's not going to be drastic, but instead of creating a roux and then, getting a nice color, we're just going to add ligamgay dark soy sauce, caramel coloring. Instead of creating a thickened gravy from the roux, we're going to use cornstarch, right? So I just want to let you know that this is my way, Chef Wukan's way of making chicken masala. But what's conventional is that we're going to take the chicken, we butterflied it, right? And we cut it into very thin layers. We put a piece of saran wrap on top of it, and we pounded it gently to flatten it out a little bit to make it more tender, breaking up the muscle. Okay, so we're gonna make that, and then we'll set it aside. Okay, we have our mushrooms, huge mushrooms, and I love mushrooms, so as many mushrooms as you want. Okay. So what's going to make the sauce? Well, it's going to be water with some Asian chicken broth, which is really chicken broth. Okay. We have our Marsala Wine, dark soy sauce, and fresh garlic. So, I didn't have flour at the time, so I used potato starch. You can use cornstarch if you want. You just want a nice little browning of the chicken fillet. That will seal a lot of the moisture. But remember, I still use the same concept of cooking 85%. Alright? Because we're going to make the sauce, we're going to throw in the mushrooms, so it's going to add additional time, so we don't want to overcook it, alright? So, we're cooking the chicken the way we like it. Take it out. Now I bought 3 pieces of chicken breast, alright? And that should be enough for 2 people, right? It's freaking hot out there. So that's why I don't want you guys taking chicken masala, following it to the T with the menus you find. I mean, this is the easy way. Nobody will know. The flavor will still be there, and you'll find an easier way to do things, okay? So we're cooking this, and if you just hold on, we'll get going after. Okay, so the chicken's been done. Let me just show you. We set it aside, okay? And now we'll focus on the pan. Alright. Obviously, we're using the kitchen counter, but we'll add the garlic. Then we'll add the chicken broth. Okay. Then we'll add Marsala wine. So about a cup, 3/4 of a cup of Marsala wine, or half a cup of Marsala wine is good. Stir it up. You can really appreciate the flavor of Marsala. Alright. Then we'll add some dark soy sauce. to give it a little color. We got some caramel coloring here. Alright. Now, you have to understand that mushrooms has a lot of liquid in it, so we're going to throw in the mushrooms. Alright. We'll saute it. Let the mushrooms absorb a lot of the sauce. Right? We may want to add a little bit more. This dish goes very well with pasta. So we'll get that boiling. The mushrooms will be absorbing a lot of the liquid. We have the color. Obviously it's going to shrink a little bit as the mushrooms absorb the flavor. Then we'll add some white pepper. Now I like white pepper over black pepper. Black pepper is hot, but even when you take the bite out of it, it makes it even hotter. White pepper is hot, but when you take the bite out of the white, or when you appreciate the white pepper, it's a mild kind of hot. Mushrooms are absorbing a lot of the flavor. And I gotta tell you, the mushrooms that they have now at ShopRite, they're huge. So appreciate the size of the mushrooms. Look at these mushrooms. They're huge. You can stuff them. Now, usually chicken masala is a lighter color. That's traditionally what they have, but this is a little bit more caramelized color. So you added some dark soy sauce, which there really is no soy sauce. It's a matter of just coloring. Then you'll be adding cornstarch as a thickener. So this basically rules out spending the time on the kitchen stove, mixing oil with the flour to get a nice roux and color. I mean, who has the time? You know? A lot of you guys don't have the time. This is just quick and easy. And you know what? Your family won't even realize the shortcuts that you take. Now, my daughter's very fussy. And when I make this, she could never tell I didn't do a roux. Alright? So this is now simmering really well. It's reduced tremendously. We'll take a little taste. Taste the flavor. See the color? It's bad. Flavor's perfect. You might want to add a little bit more Marsala wine. It never hurts. And you maybe want to add a little bit more cornstarch. You might want a little bit more thickener involved. Now the slurry solution, which is the thickener, is a combination of cornstarch and water. And then you basically mix it up and you got a slurry solution here. Now, I say we'll wait a few more minutes until that additional Marsala wine has evaporated, leaving the sweetness of the masala. Now, we'll add a little bit of the cornstarch, slowly. Mix it in. Mix it in over the whole dish. Okay. You don't want to add too much because it's hot, so obviously it's going to shows that it's a little bit more liquid, but once it gets warmer and cooler, it's going to thicken up and be too thick. Right, so you don't really want that thick, but you don't want it to be that watery either. Okay. So mix in a little bit more. Make sure you mix it in its entirety. So this is a break for me. I'm kind of tired every once in a while. I take a break from Asian cooking. And so Italian is my premier cuisine, and I love cooking that. So we got a nice little consistency. Just a little bit more cornstarch. Doesn't matter if you cook the mushrooms a little bit more. You can use your finger to mix it. We'll add a little bit more. Remember, a lot of the sauce generated is from the mushrooms too, because there's a lot of water in the mushroom. And you got a nice consistency, and then we'll just taste a little bit. And make sure when you add the cornstarch, you cook it for like 40 seconds, 30 to 40 seconds. Because if you add the cornstarch solution, the slurry solution, and then you add it back to chicken, it may be a little pasty. It's delicious. Now, you may want to doctor it up a little bit. So we'll add a little bit of salt, because Marsala wine is sweet, so we'll add a little bit of salt. And obviously we'll add a little bit of butter. Butter goes with everything. And that should really do it. So mix it up, 1, 2, 3. We'll lower it a little bit. Now we'll add back the chicken. Mix it in. Coat it as best you can. Let it heat up in the sauce. And here you go. Chicken masala. How long did it take? 12 minutes. Pretty quick. Shut it off. Right? And we'll taste it. So we put the chicken back in the sauce. We'll take a little bit of it. Add a little bit of the mushroom sauce. Now I have more mushrooms, so I'll make some more mushrooms with it because I love mushrooms with this. Can't have too much mushrooms with this. You always have to have a lot. Okay, you have the big pieces, right? And I may want to add a little bit of salt, just a little bit, a little tinge of salt, a little pepper, and let's try it now. Take a little piece. Now the key is that you want to cook the chicken 85%, right? You don't want it to be tough, right? So here we go. Done perfectly. Remember, cook your chicken 85% done. Set it aside. Save that extra 15% when you're mixing the gravy and the mushrooms together. When that's done, then add back the chicken. Let it heat up from the gravy, right? Let it saturate some of that juice into the chicken. And at 100%, it's beautifully tender. All right? Now, Chef who can, you can too. Try it. This is Italian cuisine, Chef who can's way. And just want to let you know, I wrote the cookbook, the You Can Do It Asian Cookbook by Chef Who Can. You can get this on Amazon, and all my friends all over the world, you can actually go on Amazon and order a copy for yourself. And the reason why I know this is because my niece is in Australia, and she ordered a copy from Australia, and she got it pretty fast too. So wherever you are in this world, thank you for tuning in, and Chef Who Can appreciates it, but you can also order this book, and for the holidays, hey, it's something to consider. All right, Chef Who Can, Amazon Books, search Chef Who Can or the You Can Do It Asian Cookbook. All right, there's 25 simple, easy recipes from Thailand, Korea, Vietnam, Japan, China. It's all there, Malaysia. So it's very easy to read, and basically I write the way I speak, so it's very understandable and it's very easy. So give it a shot. For the person that has everything, they don't have my cookbook, all right? And explains the why, where most cookbooks don't. Mine does. So please buy it, read it, put a review on Amazon Books. It's greatly appreciated, all right? And I have other websites that you can check into for this holiday season. Holiday season is just around the corner. I have an Etsy account. I'll show you. I'll be selling candy, chocolate, fudge, biscotti, peanut brittle, pecan tortoises. Why pecan tortoises? Because they're huge. They're not like the bite-sized turtles. These are like 4 biters. So, got a lot to offer. Consider us. You know, any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them. But yeah, I just made my Chef Who Can chicken masala my way. Maybe a little unconventional, but your family won't know it, the difference. You just took a couple of shortcuts, substituted with a couple of Asian ingredients, and you're on your way. So you can use my Asian ingredients for anything, all right? So Chef Who Can, you can too. And aloha from the state of Maryland, the great state of Maryland. Aloha.